Hello, guys. Um, so, if you've paid any attention to me whatsoever, you've heard me before talk about a guy by the name of Jeff Gray. His YouTube channel was called Honor Your Oath. Links in the description. So, just recently, he was doing his thing in Flagler Beach, Florida, and he got arrested. A little nerdy. Uh, I have a couple of clips from that day. The link to his full video is in the description. And in case you don't know who I'm talking about, Jeff Gray is a guy, he is a Army vet. He's a retired truck driver. He's been doing YouTube for several years. He used to do what a lot of people would call cop watching. I remember for a while he used to do things like go through DUI checkpoints and not give them any information because what right did they have to ask for his license or ask where he was coming from or going to when he hadn't done anything wrong? So he did stuff like that. Um, the last couple years, he has mostly been concentrating on going out in front of courthouses, businesses, whatever, on public property, holding a sign saying something along the lines of, pray for our homeless vets. That's it. He's a radical. Pray for our homeless vets. What kind of way is that for a person to act? And people get all upset and they'll call the cops and say, there's some homeless guy out here begging for money and bothering people, which he doesn't do. He just stands there. Hey, Mr. Carey, he stands there and says, pray for the vets. And if you watch his videos, very often someone will think he's homeless and they'll come up and want to give him $5 or whatever. And he'll say, oh, no, thank you, ma'am. I'm not homeless myself, but you're an angel for offering. But I've not taken any money. Um, but of course, the businesses or the people in the courthouse or whatever, when they call the police, they lie and say he's harassing people and he's begging for money, which, by the way, asking for money is not a crime anyhow. A lot of cities and towns have ordinances against panhandling, which the Supreme Court has said panhandling is free speech. But again, if you watch his videos, you'll have people like the cop in Mississippi saying, well, that's not the way it works in Mississippi. We don't care what them federales say. Anyway, by the way, Carrie, I got a project for you. I'll mention it in a minute. So here, let me just show you some clips of this particular one that just happened a couple of days ago. There's Jeff there.
Hi, I have a
The
gentleman
911
outside
call.
of our restaurant at Funky Pelican. Has like a homeless man sign, and I just like him trespass, please. Flagler Beach, Funky Pelican.
Okay, and what is he doing?
He's harassing all of our guests, and he's standing out front.
Do you know what the sign says?
Homeless vet.
Okay, and he's still outside now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want him to trespass? Do you guys?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay. We'll have a unit come by. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you notice again, the bitch, hey Howard, the bitch in the Funky Pelican restaurant in Flagler Beach, Florida, in case anybody who sees this happens to visit Flagler Beach, Florida. Remember to drop by the Funky Pelican Restaurant and flip him the bird. But anyway, he's out there, he's harassing people. His sign says he's a homeless vet. Right there, you see the sign that he always has, God bless the homeless vets. He doesn't say, I'm a homeless vet, give me your money, or anything like that. Okay, so let's watch on and we'll see the policeman arrive.
What's going on, man?
By the way, notice where he's standing. Now, if you watch any of these videos, there's always a lot of stuff that comes up, but notice he's way over at the edge of the sidewalk. He's a mile away from the doors. One of the things that always comes up in any of these videos is he's blocking our entrance. He's bothering people. Notice he is very careful not to be in the way. But let's see what the cop has to say.
Not much, how are you? Doing good. What's going on today?
I'm just out here spreading the message, man.
Alright. Well, they want you trespass from here.
They can't trespass me from here.
They can trespass you from here.
They can't.
Why is that?
Trespass me, well, specifically where?
In front of the funky pelican, from the funky pelican, and technically, can trespass you from this entire boardwalk area.
Okay, go ahead and do it. I won't leave and get arrested if you want to. But I'd rather you not.
Okay.
You can't trespass me from the sidewalk. All right.
Where the cop goes into the restaurant.
I don't want to leave. Got that. Yeah. He said we can't trespass him. And he won't give me his ID, so.
He's like writing on our chalkboard and harassing all the people to make me. I'm like, you go over there. Just move over there. It's not right in front when people are leaving, you know?
So you guys don't really want to trespass, you just want to.
Well, I mean, I
move
would like
along?
him. I mean, he's just gonna stand right there and trespass.
Okay. Okay. So I can trespass him from the funky pelican, and then just have him move along. I mean, let's do the crosswalk. Let's go down there where there's not business. So we got a guest coming in, coming down this heavy traffic flow area. Okay. And standing right there is somewhat of a place. All right. No, I got you. I mean, what he's doing is technically, it's not breaking any laws, but I'll try to.
Okay. Were you listening? The cop just said what he's doing is not illegal.
I'll try to get him there. I'll try to get him. Appreciate you. All right, man. So, what we can do is trespass you from the Funky Pelican, and the only thing they're asking is to just move down one way or the other. Simple request.
I got you. I'd rather not. I'm spreading the message. This message right here, where I was
Okay.
traffic people coming across.
I always like this too. You see this in so many videos. And by the way, I saw Mr. Kerry mention about the restaurant having a sign on the sidewalk. I've seen that so often in a lot of these types of videos. The restaurant saying, "Oh, he's out there in the way," but they'll put out those great big signs and stuff. But this is also typical. It's like, "Oh, you can't be doing this. You can't be doing this." But it'd be okay if you do it down at the end of the block, or go stand in front of someone else's business. That is not the way the law is supposed to work.
Lots of crosswalk and lots of traffic through here. That's all.
Okay. So if you stood over there, that's going to not spread your message?
I just prefer to stand here.
Okay. You don't have a name? You don't have
See
anything?
another
name is
cop
Jeff.
coming in the
Jeff.
background.
Yeah. Last name?
I'd rather not get my last name.
Okay. So,
How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
Let me see the back of your sign. Okay.
so
The back of the
Doesn't want to
sign
give
usually
ID.
says something like "free speech
said he
is
can't
not a
trespass him
crime."
from here. He's going to get trespassed verbally from Funky Pelican.
So they're trespassing me from in there?
Yes.
And actually, we can trespass you from here. We can, they can't, but we can.
They can. Give it a try.
Okay. So,
If you trespass me from here, I will not leave. You can take me to jail if you want to, but I'd rather not do that. You cannot trespass me from a public sidewalk.
why do you think that?
Because I know that. You remember what's your name? Yovington? Yovington? Alright. Why would you think that you can trespass me from a public sidewalk?
Because this is our boardwalk and our pier.
It's public property, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
And we can trespass people.
Well, if you're dumb dummy, you think that.
Okay.
I'm dumb.
Okay.
Alright? Don't be
Why
a
are you
dummy.
getting so nervous that you're twitching?
Don't be a dummy.
Okay.
Alright.
So let me just explain it to
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Okay. So we're gonna ask you to leave. Okay. From here. If you don't leave,
I'm not leaving.
Okay.
I refuse to leave.
So you're refusing to leave.
I am refusing to
Okay.
leave.
All right. Let's leave.
Alright?
He's doing nothing illegal.
Didn't have to be this way.
Now he's under arrest. And you notice the cop that told those people in there that said he's doing nothing illegal. When the other asshole says, I'm putting you in cuffs, that cop doesn't say a word. Okay, he grabs his cuffs too. Let's lock him up for doing nothing illegal on a public sidewalk where everybody's allowed to be.
Actually, you're right there, Supervisor Dunn.
Yeah.
Arrested a man for freedom of speech on public property.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me guess. You're gonna sue me, take me to court, have me arrested, have me fired. The whole 9 yards, ain't you? You do realize we do this every day. This ain't our first trip to rodeo, right?
We do this every day.
I have a camera. You can see this over there by the gas station. There's a camera right there on the the thing.
Yep. Have a seat.
Are you serious? Freaking actually doing this.
All you had to
do was respect my civil rights.
Have a seat.
All you had to do was respect my civil
Have a
rights.
seat.
And I ask you for
This is
an
your
ID,
last
so-
chance to let me go.
Have a
Okay.
seat.
Have a seat, please.
You're violating my rights. Can you please not violate my
I know.
rights?
Have a seat.
You know you're violating my
Yeah.
rights.
Totally.
And you don't give
Have
a
a
shit.
seat.
Goes, you know, you're violating my civil rights. He goes, yeah, totally. Yeah, that's it, Carrie. I didn't bother showing at the beginning. Jeff said one of the reasons he was standing out in front of that restaurant is because he's heard that they're known for running off homeless people. So that's who the cops are used to dealing with. Homeless people who can't do anything about it. They're going to learn different with Jeff.
Okay. All you have to do is give us your ID so we can trespass you from the Funky Pelican. We'd
Now
be
watch
moving
this.
on.
I can't fit back here, man.
You're gonna have to.
Ow, ow, ow. God.
Well, that cop just shoves him and then
Put your foot in.
slams the door on his leg. And, okay. That's all I had. But yeah, if you want to watch the full video, I think it's about 15 or 20 minutes. In case people think I cut important stuff out, it's in the description. I'm sure he will be suing Howard. One of the things with, because this just happened. This video I showed, he just released today, and it just happened a couple of days ago. One of the things Jeff does is he doesn't look for suits. There's people who will say, oh, he's just trying to sue and get money. Well, he'll sue, but he always gets a nominal amount. And I forget exactly what it was. Me and Ariel were talking about the other day. And it's a number that has significance, but I forget if it's like 1789 for the year that the Constitution was adopted or something, or it was some other date. But the main thing he sues for is to have local ordinances changed and to have cops retrained. So he's not out for the money, he's just out for making them do what is right. Yeah, like I said, I got the I got the details in the description. If this is the first time you've seen anything about Jeff on Your Earth, I have his channel in there. You can watch other videos from him. He's one of the guys who's been doing this stuff for a long time, and he does it well. Now, Kerry, I said I had a project for you. As I was watching this, an old song came to my mind. And I was, and I'm a lousy singer. I do it myself. But if there's like an old song, The Streets of Laredo. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo. You all know it. I'm sure you can find it to get the tune. But I was thinking along the lines of, as I walked out in the streets of Flagler, as I walked out into Flagler one day, I saw an old tyrant dressed in a uniform. And for no good reason, he arrested Jeff Gray. And it could go on from there. Just a thought for you. My favorite tunes you do is when you do your country voice, even though I'm not a big country fan. I just think you're really good at that. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this. Thanks for watching. And like I said, all the information is in the description. And we'll see you later.
And that's the way it is.